Good afternoon and welcome to today's session on email writing skills. This is specific to the TCS pattern that we had been speaking about since last 1 week. I want to take you through the entire pattern of the TCS selection process. Once I explain you the entire pattern, then I will take you through sample emails. Please remember, email is the area where a lot of people have failed in the past. Close to 90% of students who have done well in quantitative aptitude could not score well in email writing, because of which they did not even go to the interview round. Hence, APSSDC is providing you these online sessions live through YouTube as well as MANATV to help you understand how to write an effective email specific to TCS pattern. So let's begin. I want to talk about the various categories that will come across for the written assessment. The first one being email writing. You will have to write one email and the time permitted is 10 minutes. You will have 20 questions in quantitative aptitude. The time permitted is 40 minutes, which means questions which is marked star. I will explain what that means. Then you will have multiple choice question on C programming language. You will have 10 questions. Time permitted is 20 minutes, again 2 minutes per question. And there will be one descriptive question which is coding test. Just one program will be asked to be written. Time permitted is 20 minutes. There is an aspect of negative marking, and this negative marking is applicable only for one section, which is quantitative aptitude. So for every wrong answer, you will lose 0.33% of the marks allocated for that particular question. And please remember, like I said, quantitative aptitude, you will have two questions which is marked as star. What happens in these two questions is, if you score it accurately correct, you will score 2 times the marks. For example, if the mark allocated is 1, you will end up scoring 2. At the same time, the negative marking will also double, which means if you answer it incorrectly, instead of losing 0.33, you will lose 0.66. So please keep in mind, you do not go wrong on the star mark questions, because you can score double the points, but you can also lose double the points. As far as the topics concerned for quantitative aptitude, these are the topics: probability, permutations and combinations, time and distance, time and work, equations, ratio and proportions, allegations or mixture, series and progression, average, percentage, profit and loss, problems on ages, area, shapes and perimeter, number system, HCF and LCM, and reasoning. Now, as far as email is concerned, like I said, only one email has to be written and the time permitted is 10 minutes. There are certain rules and guidelines you need to follow without a miss. Here are the list of that. Read the topic carefully. Read and understand the keywords of the key phrases mentioned. Use each and every keyword phrases mentioned. So what happens is, your email will be in this particular format. There will be a question, for example, as a friend, write an email to Mrs. Lisa Frank congratulating her for paper getting published and in prestigious international journal. Sign the email as Alex. So some of the email will tell you who is the receiver. In this case, the receiver is Mrs. Lisa Frank. It will also tell you who is the sender. In this case, the sender is Alex. After this email question, you will have a list of keywords mentioned which has to be used in the same sequence. The number of keywords could vary between 8 to 12. The keywords in this particular sample questions are congratulations, wonderful, paper, proud, accomplishment, confident, friend, informative, articulated, well-researched, hard work, effort, wish, more, success. The rule says that this entire email should be written within 10 minutes and all these keywords has to be used. Even if you miss one keyword in this list, you will get disqualified. If you change the form of the keyword, for example, the first one is congratulations. Instead of using congratulations, if you use congratulated, if you use congratulating, you will get disqualified, because the system will not find the keyword and it will deem the entire email as invalid. So you got to be very clear. At the same time, you cannot go wrong with the receiver and the sender's name. Okay. Now, let me read out the rules again. Read the topic carefully. Read and understand the keywords or key phrases mentioned. Use each and every keyword, phrases mentioned. Even if you miss one of the keyword or phrases, the email will be invalid. Ensure keywords are used in the same form as mentioned in the topic. For example, buy cannot be used as bought. You cannot change the tense or the verb form. Keywords should be mentioned in the sequence as mentioned in the topic. Start a new paragraph for change of thought group, and new paragraph should start as a fresh line. Another set of email do's which you need to follow. You cannot miss on these. The entire email should be left indent. Don't leave a gap on left when you start a new paragraph. Use the receiver's name and sender's name as mentioned in the topic. Always begin your email with a greeting which is hello. Do not use hi. Always end your email with thanks and regards or just regards, and mention the sender's name which is mentioned in the topic. Ensure the entire email is written within 10 minutes. This is very important. The time allocated for email writing is 10 minutes. You have to click on the submit button within the 10-minute mark. Even if you submit the email at exactly at 10 minutes, you may get disqualified. So finish the email as soon as possible so that you can review. 9:59 also, if you click on the submit, you are absolutely fine. Don't take a risk and submit at the 10th minute. The entire email will not take more than 5 to 6 minutes. Remaining time, you can keep checking if you have used all the keywords. You need to check if you have made any spelling mistake or grammatical mistakes or punctuation mistake so that you can correct it and then click on submit. Please remember, I'm reiterating this particular point. If you do not click on the submit button within 10 minutes, the email will not get submitted. It's not an auto submission which will work there. And in written assessment, you need to clear all the 4 categories. Only then you will go to the interview round. So please be very careful on that front. Okay. So click on the submit button before the 10-minute time is up. Clicking on the button even at the 10-minute mark or later will not allow the email to be submitted. Word count of the email should be as per the instruction given in the question. If the question says the email should be minimum of 50 words, if you write 49 words, you will get disqualified. So whatever is the minimum word count, you need to exceed that word count. Now here's the list of rules that you need to make sure you do not break. So these are the don'ts. Do not miss even a single keyword or phrase mentioned in the topic. Do not change the tense or the verb form of the given keyword. Do not address the receiver as hi. Do not make any spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes or punctuation mistakes. Do not exceed 10-minute time limit. Do not write the mail below the number of words given in the instruction. Okay. Sample again. We finished 2 samples last week. So this week we're going to talk about 2 more or 3 more samples. As a friend, write an email to Mrs. Lisa Frank, which means Mrs. Lisa Frank is the receiver. Congratulating her, let me make the correction, for her paper getting published in a prestigious international journal. Sign the email as Alex. Basically, Mrs. Lisa Frank has published a paper in an international magazine. Journal means a magazine. You are Alex. You are writing an email to Lisa Frank to congratulate this achievement. Achievement synonym is accomplishment. You have this keyword here. So you need to work on your vocabulary as well. You need to understand all these words. The instructions will be given something like this. It is compulsory to use all the specific words mentioned in the outline in your email. So these are the specific outlines. You can add other sentences of your choice as appropriate. The name of the sender and receiver should be as given. So you cannot change the name, neither you can make any spelling mistakes there. The email must contain minimum of 50 words or it will not be evaluated at all. So the word count is minimum 50 words. If the outline is not strictly followed, including the specific words used, or correct English, including spelling and grammar is not used, the grade in this section will be poor. Which means even if you have written the correct email, even if you have used more than 50 words, even if you have submitted within 10 minutes, but if you make grammatical errors and punctuation errors, you will lose points, which means there will be negative marking those areas. So what we're going to do is we're going to write this particular email now. I'm going to open a new document so that it's easy for you to follow. Let's start. It says, as a friend, the receiver, you're writing an email to the receiver, Mrs. Lisa Frank. So let me start. Hello, Mrs. Frank. Now pay attention to the punctuation here. When I use any title, let me bold it. A title, for example, Doctor, Professor, Mr., Mrs., Miss. If I use any title, it should followed by a full stop. And wherever I use a full stop, there should be a space after that. Now, the receiver's name is Lisa Frank. The rule says if I am using a title, I will use the last name. If I don't use this title, I can use the first name. So I can either say hello Lisa, or I need to say hello Mrs. Frank. If I use an Indian name, if the name is say Ravi Kumar, so I can say hello Mr. Ravi, or hello Ravi, or hello Mr. Kumar. And please pay attention, the name should always start with capital letter. That's a punctuation. You cannot use the title with starting with a lowercase. And after full stop, there is a space. Okay. So in this case, I will use hello Mrs. Frank. Now what is the email I am supposed to write? As a friend, write an email to Mrs. Lisa Frank congratulating her for her paper getting published in a prestigious international journal. Sign the email as Alex. Now I'm going to copy these keywords and keep it here so that I can identify if I've used it or not. So let me start the email. I just got to know about your paper. I'm going to the next line. Congratulations for this wonderful news. Or let me make it simpler for you. Hello Mrs. Frank. Now if I say I would like to congratulate, it's wrong. I need to use the word congratulations. Congratulations for your, okay, let me make the change again. I need to use it in the same sequence, right? Okay. I am very proud to know about your accomplishment means achievement. I was very confident about this. And very happy to be your friend. The paper is very informative and well articulated. Well articulated means usage of the right words, the right vocabulary and all that. Okay. And also shows your hard work and effort. I wish you more, I need to use more success. Okay. Regards, Alex, because that's the sender's name I need to use. So let me zoom this out a little bit. I hope this is visible to all of you. So let's quickly check if we have used all the keywords. Okay. So first one is congratulations. The second one is wonderful. Third one is paper. Fourth one is proud. Fifth one is accomplishment. Sixth one is confident. Seventh, friend. 8, informative. 9, articulated. 10, well researched. Next, hard work. Then effort. Wish more success. So I wish you more success. So let's read this to understand what I have written. Hello, Mrs. Frank. Congratulations for the wonderful news about your paper. I am very proud to know about your accomplishment. I was very confident about this and very happy to be your friend. The paper is very informative and well articulated. It shows how well researched the paper was and also shows your hard work and effort. I wish you more success in future. Now the rule says it should be minimum of 50 words. So I am not going to include the greeting except that the word count is 61 and the rule is 50. I have used 61 words, which means my email is qualified. Okay. I have used all the keywords. I have also used it in the same form which is given in the question. Another thing which you need to notice, the entire email is left indent. Let me explain what do we mean by left indent. So if I take this I just want to quickly show you to make you understand why this is extremely important. Okay, so let me extend this line a little bit. All right, here we go. So if you look at this mail, I've just added a left or on the left side I've just added this particular straight line. Do you see it? Okay. Okay, now this should be clear. If you see this mail, the entire email is left indent. The mistakes that people usually do while writing an email, when they start the email, they leave a gap for the first word of a new paragraph. Now this is how we were taught in our school, right? But this is incorrect. Let me remove this color, it's confusing us. When we learnt writing an email or writing a letter in school, this is how it was taught to us. But this is wrong. It's no longer valid. The world has changed. There need not be a gap here. So I remove this gap. The entire email should be left indent. Another thing you need to notice, when I start the email, a lot of people use a comma. That comma is not needed. It's of no use. It's redundancy. So please remove that. The closing, a lot of people make mistake and they make it right indent. So if I have to zoom out, so see, regards Alex, this is mentioned in right. This is also wrong. My entire email should be left indent. Okay. So I hope this is very clear to all of you. This is how the mail has to look like. The entire email should be left indent and it should meet the number of words, which is a criteria. Now let me zoom in a little bit and let me take you through certain aspects of punctuation and grammar. Okay. Now if you see line number 2, I have ended this sentence with a full stop. After full stop, whatever word I use, it should start with a capital letter. This was taught to us when we were in 5th standard. Basic rule of writing. After full stop, it should start with a capital letter. If you use a comma in a sentence, for example, let me show you one example here. So this example is to show the rules of grammar. I used a comma, spelling, punctuation. Okay. Now pay attention here. This example is to show the rules of grammar. There is no space. After R, immediately there is comma and then there is a space. The space should be after the comma, not before the comma. Please don't make the mistake. I have seen so many people making this very, very basic mistake of usage of space before comma. It should always be after the comma. All right. And if you use a comma, the next word should start with a lowercase unless it's a noun. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this email again so that you can make a note of this. You look at the entire pattern, look at the usage of the language, the words. Please make a note of it. I'm going to show you the question first. Please make a note of this question and the keywords. Then I will switch to the email which I have written. So I'm going to pause here so that you can make a note of this. All right, I hope you have written it down. Now here is the answer. Alright, let's move to the next email. This email I want you to write on your own. This is a fourth sample. We have done 3 so far. As a tourist who has taken a package tour, write an email to the travel agent, Mr. Kumar, highlighting that the hotel is far from what was promised. Far from what was promised means the quality of the room, the quality of the package is much lower than what was promised or what you paid for. That is what it means. Sign the email as Ahmed, which means the receiver is Mr. Kumar and the sender is Ahmed. The keywords for this email: package tour, promise, 3-star, unclean, shocked, unprofessional, customer service, disappointed, shift, expectation, facilities, help. The rule remains the same. You cannot make punctuation mistake, grammar mistake. The indent should be left. You have to use all the keywords without changing the form, and the minimum word count should be 50. Okay? I'm giving you a couple of minutes so that you understand and get started. Please write this email. I just showed you what is the way of writing the email. So please go through this. If you're watching this program on YouTube, you can post your answer on the comment section as well, the live chat. Again, key information: the receiver is Mr. Kumar, who is the travel agent. The sender is Ahmed, who has taken a travel package, a package tour. But what he got in terms of his experience, the hotel, is of low quality. Now you're writing an email expressing your displeasure, your dissatisfaction, and you want Mr. Kumar to take action. That is what the email is about. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to use all right, let's start. Hello, Mr. Kumar. K should be capital. Okay. So I just added extra word, which is absolutely fine as long as I'm using the keyword. Okay, so I'm done writing this email. Let me zoom out so that it's visible to you. This is the entire email. Now let me count words. The word count is 76 and the limit is the minimum word count should be 50, but I have used 76 words, which is absolutely fine. Now let's quickly check if we have used all the keywords or not. First one is package tour, promise, 3-star, unclean, shocked, unprofessional, customer service, disappointed, shift, expectation, facilities. So I made it facility, it should be facilities. Help. Okay, so see how when I was reviewing, I figured that I made a mistake, so I quickly corrected it. Now let's read this out. Hello Mr. Kumar, I am writing to you about the package tour of South India visit. The promise in the package was of 3-star hotel, but the accommodation is very unclean. I am shocked to see such unprofessional customer service from your team. I am very disappointed with your service. Please take action and shift us to a better hotel immediately as per the expectation of the basic facilities. I hope you will help us. I made a mistake here. I hope you will help us in this regard. And thanks, Ahmed. Now even after thanks and regards, the comma is not needed. In the beginning also the comma is not needed. Those are redundant usage of punctuation. Let me remove the color so that you can identify. Now if you look closely, wherever I have used a full stop, the next word starts with a capital letter, like here, and there is a space after the usage of full stop. Same happens here as well. In TCS assessment, what you need to make sure in an email is the receiver's name is correct, the sender's name is correct, there is a greeting which is hello. You have used all the keywords which is mentioned in the outline that you need to make sure without changing the form of the word. So I cannot use the word promised or promising. I cannot use shocking. I still need to use shocked only. Whatever word is given in the outline, I have to use the same. Okay. If I make these mistakes, if I miss one of the keyword, I will get disqualified. If I change the form of the word, I will get disqualified. The way it works is the system has the outline in terms of the keywords which is mentioned. Okay. So when an email is written, the algorithm of the TCS assessment will check if that keyword is used or not. First one is used, fine. Second, fine. Third, fine. Fourth one, it will look for the same word which is mentioned in the outline. For example, if it says shocked, if you use shocking, it cannot match. It will say error, which means you get disqualified. So if you miss the keyword, if you change the form, it's like missing the keyword because it will not match in the database and you will get disqualified. Okay. And it will check if all the 10 keywords or 12 or 8 keywords are used or not. If it's missing, it means either you did not use the keyword at all or you used a different form of the keyword. So in these cases, you will get disqualified. If you make a mistake in terms of grammar, punctuation and spelling, you will lose marks. So even if your email is accurate, you score 10 points, but you will start losing points and again you will fail. and within 10 minutes you need to submit the answer. If you do not submit the answer within 10 minutes, the system will not allow you to submit it and you will get disqualified. Historically, what we have seen, quantitative aptitude people do really well because a less number of questions, you can score bonus marks as well on 2 areas, on 2 questions, but this time they also have negative marks. Even if you do well in C program, multiple choice question or descriptive coding and quantitative aptitude, if you fail in email writing, you cannot go to the next round, which is the interview round. So please make sure you keep on practicing. I'm going to give you the assignment for question number 5, email number 5. I'm going to read this and I expect you to write it. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anybody submitting any assignment in the YouTube section, but I really hope you take this seriously. Let me read this up now. As a member of your residential society, write an email to your inspector of local police station, Mr. Sharma, that's a receiver, informing him about miscreants who ride their bikes rashly every evening outside your society. Sign the email as William. So William is the name of the person who's sending the email. The inspector, Mr. Sharma, is the person. Simple. There are young boys who are riding the bikes very rashly in front of the society, in front of the building. It can cause problem or accidents. These are the keywords that you need to use. Residential area. Let me make a little change here. Residential area, ride, rashly, children, play, elderly, walk, grocery shop, across the road, dangerous, accidents, nuisance, action, immediately. I'm going to pause here so that you can make a note of this. You need to write this email and submit on the comment section of the YouTube video. If you do not do that, it simply means you're not taking it seriously. So please do that. Please write your responses on the comment section. I'll pause so that you can make a note of this and you can submit the answer, which I will review tomorrow. I will also announce the name of the person who's giving the accurate and correct answer. Make a note of this, please. Alright, the rule remains the same. The entire email should be left indent. You need to use all these keywords which is shown here. You cannot miss any keyword. You cannot change the form of the keyword. The entire email should be left indent. You cannot make spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes or punctuation mistakes. You will lose points. And please try writing the email within 10 minutes. Tomorrow I will take a look at it. I will correct the email. I will also announce the name of the person, whoever is giving the correct answer. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. Please watch these videos again and again so that you can master email writing. Thank you so much for watching today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.